Welcome to the Q.A.C. Team podcast series with your host, Charles Luttrell. Our series features leaders and business owners in your community discussing the customer experience, employee satisfaction, and performance improvement. Our series will help share strategic ideas for coaching and mentoring through mystery shopping in a post-pandemic economy. And now here's your host, Charles Luttrell.
Good morning, listeners. My next guest with me today put the brakes on his truck, put down the spatula, and given me some time for a podcast. Chef Randy, good morning.
Morning, sir. How are you this morning?
I'm pretty good. Yourself?
Beautiful day.
It is. Beautiful weather. So tell us who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm Chef Randy. I own a food truck called Cowboy Eats out of Baltimore County, Harford County, Cecil County, Baltimore City. I create some of the most delicious, handmade, cook in front of you meals that you'll have. And you can verify that from my 6,000+ followers and likes. But we go all around pretty much the state, serving our delicious food, making people happy.
I have to agree. Some of the reviews I've looked at, they are raving about your burger.
Yeah, we have a unique blend of burger that we buy from. We buy our meat from Rosetta Beef out in Moncton.
Nice.
Top of the line beef, for our top of the line customers. So, we don't just throw stuff together. We make quality our main priority.
Right. Absolutely. So why did you decide to be a business owner? What drove you to this?
Well, I've been a chef in the brick and mortar for a while, and that's got its perks and it's got its ups and downs, obviously. But I was thinking one day, you know what, 2017, a light went off in my head, and I was like, you know what, food trucks are getting pretty big out west and down south. I said, this could be the opportunity I have to, start my own venture, and with the help from others and drive and ability and networking, here we go. And then kabam, 2 years
awesome.
COVID hits.
Yeah. You and everybody else, man, it put the brakes on everything, didn't it?
Well, I can tell you this. If anybody said they had a contingency plan for COVID, they're bullcrapping you, because there is no way. But I did come up with something that actually went nationwide. I was on the news about it and everything. I came up with this idea that, okay, people in quarantine, but we're not. We're exempt. We can go out. So I come together with a plan in like 3 days. And I was in a food truck association, and I called my president. She goes, no, that won't work because they won't let people out. So I said, I got an idea. So I came up with the idea of neighborhoods unite. So what I did is we would go out with my food truck and 2 workers with their cars. We'd set up in the neighborhood. People would pre-order the food. We'd give us our address, their name, and all that stuff. And we would deliver it from the food truck to their doorstep and then leave. So there was no interaction at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it took off. After it was on WBAL News and WJZ and WMAR, it exploded everywhere.
Wow. So you were your own DoorDash and Uber Eats. You didn't need any of those.
Exactly, because and it was actually, it kept us above water, to be honest with you, Chuck, because it was a pretty challenging situation, COVID, for a lot of people. I mean, people were out there losing their businesses, their homes, their livelihoods, their everything, their lives. So, you know what, when you're pushed against the wall like that, as driven as I am in this industry, you have to come up with contingency plans and a short notice to stay alive.
Right. So rewind a little bit. You talked about a brick and mortar. Now, did you shut that down prior to COVID?
No,
or was that
I started building a food truck in 2016, and I told the individual I was working for at the time that, listen, I'm building a food truck, and as soon as it's done, I'm out. So they were in agreement with all that. And so June of 2017, I get a phone call from the company that was building it, and they said it's done, ready to be picked up. So here we are, 6 years later, almost.
Yeah, my next question was going to be, why did you choose your industry? And, you said you've been in the food industry for quite some time, working in the brick and mortars, and you just transitioned from the brick and mortar right into the food truck, and the transition was pretty smooth, or how'd it go?
it's as smooth as you make it. I mean, there's a lot of hurdles you got to cross before you can get licensed in the state of Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the drive was already there with food. I mean, being a chef, you create things, whether it's for somebody else's restaurant or yourself. So what you do is you get all the ducks in a row, and then all the ducks back up because you think you got everything you needed, and so wham, you get something else from one of the counties or, state level inspections that, it wasn't an easy process by no means. So people out there, if you're thinking about building a food truck, it's great. It's great. You have to have a lot of drive and a lot of time on your hand because it's a lot of hours. But then you got to deal with the different jurisdictions and their licensing regulations through Comar. So it's different each county. It's crazy, but it is. Each county has their different regulations, and it's a hurdle that if you bought a food truck today, the whatever the day is, the 12th of April, be completely satisfied if you can have it up and running by the end of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lengthy process. It's just not something, okay, I'm building it, here I go, I'm selling my food. No.
Right. And I was going to ask you about that because I know I've talked to several food truck owners, and one of the challenges seems to be the reciprocities on the different counties getting the license. And do you think about, could there be another way that these counties can do something to fix the problem that's causing, or is it just something that's going to have to happen?
I
What
honestly
do you
think
think?
it's just if you want my honest opinion, I believe it's just a money thing that each county, they get so much money for each department in their jurisdiction. So I think that, the reciprocity isn't really that hard. It's just, if you're compliant in your vehicle, in your food truck and all that,
Uh-huh.
you should have no problem getting, you know, any kind of reciprocity in any part of the county. Like, see, Pennsylvania now, they offer you one license for the whole state and covers the whole state forever. You pay one fee. And
Wow.
I, I would love to see that in Maryland, as well as the other hundreds of food truck operators in the state. But it's never going to happen because each jurisdiction has their own laws and that you got to abide by.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's one of my next questions. We talked about what are some of the challenges you face. That's probably the biggest, right? So, what other challenges does a food truck face? Especially now, you know,
Well,
after COVID and everything.
I don't think you're going to talk to any business owner that's not going to say that one of the largest challenges is your help. Thank goodness I got a group of girls and guys that are on the go, that like what they do. And besides that, I mean, now the food chain's getting a little bit better, but there for a while it was crazy trying to get supplies. But that's then. This is now. We move forward, not backwards. So challenges, I mean, the weather, I mean, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine the weather was definitely a challenge.
6 weeks in a row it's rained on the weekend, and that, our big, I mean, we stay busy during the week doing corporate lunches and things like that, but the weekends, we go to these breweries and all that stuff, and you have weather like today, there'll be thousands of people there, which drives our business, obviously.
Yeah, I have a picture when I first went after 410 empanadas, with Gladys and
Great people.
John.
Gladys and
You
John,
know,
great people.
yeah, they are. And I got a picture of me on the parking lot. It was raining, cold, and to get out of my car, I'm like, man, I got to go up here and order these empanadas. It's like, do I really want to do this? I'm like, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got out of the car and it was cold, and I walked up there and introduced myself, and it was a great time. But the weather was definitely a factor. Trying to chase him down a couple of times, it was amazing.
We're kind of behind the eight ball with Mother Nature, but we love her.
Yeah, right. Well, now the weather's getting better, so it's looking like more people are going to be getting out. So you do corporate events as well. Do you still do like the neighborhood events and things like that, or is it just pretty much corporate and catering?
We do probably 3 or 4 neighborhoods a month. uh they're there's so much, and nothing against any neighborhood we do, because we do have a minimum to go to these neighborhoods, but
Hmm.
there's so much, like the fire departments we go to now, they're so packed with people that just want to get out, don't want to cook, you know
Yeah.
relax with their kids or whatever. They got sports. So Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays we're at different firehouses. I'd like to keep Monday open, or I got to replenish the stock from the local farms when available and all that stuff. So it never really goes that way for me, because I'll get a phone call on Friday. Hey, can you help me Monday? Of course, I'm going to do it. But
Let's talk about that real quick. I know you talk about farm to table, right? Or should we
yeah,
say farm to food truck, right?
yes, farm to truck to you.
Yeah. So let's talk about that a little bit. So the freshest ingredients, you get them from local farms?
We do. It's coming up on that season. Obviously, when available.
Right, right, right.
Customers which is local in Baltimore County. We get our chicken from right across the line of PA. We try to help out every small farmer from Hopkins and Havergrass to Grimmel to everybody, Rigdon's, everybody local that Jones's, that we can help out. Just I always believe in paying it forward and buying local. Because we all work hard. You're not going to find too many business operators that don't work their butts off.
That's very well said. I noticed that when I talk to, a lot of food trucks, a lot of business owners, one of the best things about it is how passionate that they are, about what they do and how they do things and the support that they give to the local communities,
Yeah, I mean, we honestly, I could not do it. Number one, without my employees, and number two, without our customers.
Yeah.
It's so important, and we totally appreciate our customer base, whether they're new, they're repeat customers, and all their word of
Mm-hmm.
mouth. It's an amazing feeling when you have that many people that whether you're driving down the road and they beep the horn and wave to you, to hang out the window. You know what I mean? It's a good feeling for all of us.
Absolutely. Yep. I that's one of the things I love when I see a food truck going down the road. I'm like, where are they going? Can I stop and check out their food? I want to interview them.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
Yes.
this is honestly the vessel that I have built is a commercial kitchen on wheels, so I can do just about anything that a restaurant can do and some. So, but the going back to the challenge things is that we go to these breweries and all, and once in a while, not much, but once in a while we haven't in a couple, like a year or so, but because people are getting it, but we have these long lines.
Yeah.
We're the only, us and maybe another food truck, we both have the same line. But here's the thing: people are complaining about, oh, it takes me an hour and 10, 15 minutes to get my food. Well, that's not true, because here's the truth: I have a timer on my truck that I hit when we get orders. So it's like I said, it's getting better now. People get it. But what people kind of misunderstand is that no, it takes you 35-40 minutes to get to me to order,
Right.
and you get your food. So then I can see your hour, but it's not going to take you more than 12 to 22 minutes. Depends, you know what I mean, on what they order. Once
Right.
you order your food, to have it in your mouth.
Right.
It's just the wait to get to the order. You know what I mean? So I hope we can clarify that situation with people that have an issue with saying they have to wait an hour. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't happen in certain places. It may. I'm not going to ever put down another food truck operator, but we're a vessel that cooks it right in front of you. It's fresh.
Right.
It's not fast food. Fast food's not good. Good, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And when I looked up your reviews, you get, your reviews are great. They talk about the food, the burger. Again, they were like shocked that they couldn't figure out if it was the cheese, the burger, or the bacon that made the burger, right? And then you go to the reviews that talk about, I waited forever for my food. Well, it's a food truck, right? And I know DJ from Don's Dog Cart, and we talked about the same thing. We went to Hopkins Brewery, and oh my God, I was in line waiting for over an hour
Right.
for 2 hot dogs, but I was okay with that because that's why I'm there. And the total wait for the hot dog was not even, I don't know, 10 minutes.
Right.
So it's amazing how people are so critical,
Well,
over the little things like that, right?
do you go to a brewery to have beer, or do you go to a brewery to eat, or both? So if you go, there's lines for the beer too. I mean, it's a line. You put that kind of volume into a small space. It's going to take time. Relax. Enjoy the opportunity while you're at that location. Just enjoy it. You're
Yeah.
you're able to do that while we're working. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's what I was going to say. Take in the moment that you're relaxed, you're waiting in line for some delicious food or some great beer from a brewery,
Right.
and just enjoy that moment that you have to get a chance to do this freedom that you have.
Exactly. Because you're not
Yeah.
gonna rush me. I can tell you that. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, it's got to cook, and it's got
Yeah.
to properly, and it's got to be quality. I will never ever. You might want to note this too. I will never jeopardize my quality for anyone's value, ever.
Yeah. I think that's a great line. I mean, do it right. That way every customer is satisfied with the product that you put out, right?
Right, because that one customer talks to 10 people that talks to 10 people, and there's our marketing. It
Right.
saves marketing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So how do we contact you? How do we find you?
Well, a few different ways. I have a friend of mine, Eric, that does my Facebook and my Instagram page, and we have a cowboyeats1.com website that I honestly don't ever go on. Sorry, but our phone number is 410-808-159. And I'll tell you what, Chuck, for doing a podcast, I'd like to offer any of your customers that mentioned this, that they've listened to this podcast, a 15% discount if they mention the podcast when they come up to my truck.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. We
Really
appreciate
appreciate
you
that.
and our customers.
Yeah, absolutely. And were you going to be anywhere close coming up?
Yes, as a matter of fact, today we're at Darlington Firehouse from 4 to 8 up in northern Hartford, northwestern, eastern Hartford County. Tomorrow, Friday, we'll be at Hopkins Farm Brewing from 12 to 8:30.
Hopkins
And
Farm.
Saturday, tentatively, weather pending, of course, because it's the weekend.
Yeah.
The Bel Air Kite Festival and at Rockfield Manor, right there in the town of Bel Air. That's usually a couple thousand, 3,000 people show up for that.
Hey listeners, Q.A.C. team here. We interrupt this podcast to offer business owners an opportunity to take advantage of our free business analysis. We will visit your location to assess food quality, timing, customer service, and cleanliness. From the web, visit QACteam.com and click on Free Analysis and Consultation at the top of the page. While you are there, to sponsor a podcast or be featured, click on Feature Me. For mobile users, select from the menu options. We look forward to helping your business grow.
Now, are there multiple food trucks there, or will it be just you?
It'll be us, our friends from Love Crust Pizza, and our friends from Cone Ice of Bel Air.
Oh, Kona Ice, cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure how that festival worked, if there were more than one food truck there or not.
Yeah, it's you get a day like today, it's good. It's very good. People enjoy themselves. They enjoy the food,
Right.
balls, sun. So yeah, we look forward to helping out the town of Bel Air as much as we can. Just like anything, anytime Cowboy Eats can help anyone, we do. We pay it forward. Whether it's with Sark, or I have a friend of mine, Derek, that runs Char Hope up in Whiteford.
Uh-huh.
It's a organization that helps out people that need stuff. Listen, I was in the volunteer fire department for 30 years, and it's so gratifying when you can help somebody in need. So why not pay it forward when I can, doing what I do now?
Absolutely. That's great. Absolutely. So you serve Hartford County, Cecil County, Baltimore City.
Yes, sir.
That's it's pretty wide. Awesome.
Kind of funny because I'll see people and they'll be like, "How many trucks do you have?" Well, I swear to gosh, I saw you in Pennsylvania, and then the next day I saw you in Baltimore. True, it happens.
That's great though. You get to travel around, man. You get to be known.
Yeah, to get the brand out is the biggest thing. Quality.
Yeah.
It's all. It's a process that like I said, I'm very driven, and I want my customers to have the best meal they can. And sure, you're going to get people that are haters, but it's really not that big of a deal if you think about what they're thinking, because I really do believe that there's some people that just you can never make happy. So why not all the ones that I can make happy, and that'll go longer than one bad review. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're going to have, like you said, you're going to have people who are not happy with anything, and I talked to a couple of people about this yesterday, and, the way I worded it was, let's say you wake up in the morning, you have a bad day, bad morning, something goes wrong, and then you go to a restaurant for lunch. You're already in a bad mood, and you opened up your silverware, and there was food on the fork. So now it ruined the whole experience because you had food on your fork. But rather than giving that restaurant a hard time, how did they make it right? But no, you give them a 1 star because, oh, I had a bad time because my fork was dirty. Right?
That's the problem with this industry. It doesn't matter. Like I said, you can 99 out of 100 people you can make happy as can be, and that's that one person that takes that 10 minutes to go on behind a computer, hide behind a computer, and make a review. That one review knocks us down. It takes like 7 to 10 to 15 good reviews to build that one little half a point back up. People don't understand that. We bust our asses.
Yeah.
And it's easier to come right to the back of my truck if you have a problem. I will fix your problem.
Yeah.
So going behind a computer and bashing us for the hard work that we do for the other 99 people that are happy with us.
Right. Well, I'm glad we had this conversation because you're the first to hear this. I'm working on a little bit of a side project with my podcast, and I'm gonna do some videos with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on fixing that problem. So my goal is to gather these reviews, and since I do mystery shopping, I'm going to start doing these undercover mystery shops for places
Mm-hmm.
and give my non-biased review of exactly what happened, so it can help these bad reviews. For example, let's say you get these 1 stars, right? And then when I go and do it,
We don't get many.
I post it, right? Oh, obviously you don't, right? And then we posted about, look, this isn't true about this place. They might have had a 3.5 or 2.5 or 3 star reviews, but yet look at what they're doing. Look at the good side of it.
Yeah, like I said, all you need to. I own the truck. It's my brand. It's my business. It's my my livelihood. I will.
Right.
Any issue you have with anything on my truck, just come to me. Either come to me, call me. I'll make it right. It's not. Like I said, we work too hard to get a bad person in a bad mood to trash us behind a computer when they can fix it face to face. I'm a great guy to deal with. Trust me.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I've met you twice. You're a great guy. Can't wait to. I'm heading south today, so it looks like I will catch you tomorrow.
Yeah, they're heading complete opposite direction as us today.
Exactly. I'm going way down by the airport today.
Whoop. They got a lot of good food trucks down there too.
I'll have to scope them out, see if I can't find somebody to interview.
Right.
A great idea. If you have anybody else that wants to interview, match them up. Let me know. I'll get them on and be glad to interview and get them some airtime.
Well, like I said before, we appreciate anything you guys do for us, and we drives us even more to appreciate our customer base, our new customers, like I said, our loyal customers, and any other business that we can help out, we will.
Absolutely. Well, Randy, I really appreciate you taking the time to come talk to me and get this out of the way, and it's a pleasure talking to you. Can't wait to check out your food, and I want to try a burger.
Yeah.
See what we got on the Cowboy Eats.
Yeah, Cowboy Eats. Like I said, we appreciate our customers, Maryland. We appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you, whether it's in Baltimore, Harford County, Cecil County.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We truly do appreciate our customers.
Right. And let's just recap that real quick. So you want to give a little bit of a percentage? Anybody listen to the podcast?
I do.
I appreciate that.
Podcast and mentions that they listen to this podcast, I'll give them a 15% discount.
15% discount. There you go, listeners. You heard it.
Yes.
Awesome.
It'd be my pleasure.
Appreciate you, Randy. Thank you so much, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. And like I said, I appreciate you coming on and taking the time.
All right, man. Let's get hungry.
Let's do it. Let's eat.
All right.
Take care, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Q.A.C. Team podcast with your host, Charles Luttrell. Today, we took you beyond the restaurant table and into the kitchen with leaders and business owners in your community. For more information, visit us at QACteam.com or Facebook and Instagram at QAC.team. Thanks for listening.